Well, this morning, straight out the house before breakfast, going up East Lomond, which was the last vlog I did this morning, and it seems too good an opportunity to waste because, as I say, you never know. This could be all we get all winter. I mean, hopefully not. But we have had some winters where that's been the case, where it starts off and you think, oh, winter's here, and then it's 11, 12, 13 degrees and mild and green. So I've come next door into Kinross again, not far from where I was at Lendrick Hill, which is, it's hiding behind here somewhere. That's my coffee, by the way, luxury today. I'm heading up Innerdouny Hill, which is the highest hill in Kinross, 497 metres. Oh well, this is just what I was after, if I'm honest. Not the biggest fan of spruce plantations. I think not much many of us are. This tight packed stuff, which is, it's a crop, you know, it's here for a reason. But spruce comes into its own when you've got snow. I mean, it looks better when you've got really heavy snow and you've got a few inches hanging off every branch, all the needles, and it looks like this. It is like just walking through Christmas. It's wonderful. This is so seasonal. Well, just in case the view all closes in by the time we get to the top, it's a beautiful sight. Looking all the way to the Ochils above Glen. This one here this one's near namesake, I think. I'm pretty sure of the spelling. That one's Innerdouny, I think. Is it Innerdouny? On the Glen Horseshoe. Innerdouny, I don't know. Let's call the whole thing off. Anyway, that's it there. You can see it's a real contrast though. This is a sort of conventional spruce plantation, hard edges on one side. Then you can see there's a fence line and all this stuff over to the left. This it's like scrubby stuff. That's all the Woodland Trust Woodland Regeneration Project. Lots of broadleaf woodland being planted, which has come all the way up the hill. Two very different styles of woodland on one hill. Really stark contrast there. Anyway, the light is fading over that way, so I thought I'd better show you that now in case it all clags in by the time we get to the top. Lovely, eh? It's a peculiar part of the country. It's kind of, well, not peculiar, I mean there's lots of areas of the country that have plantations, but because it hasn't got massive hills here, lots of plantations, it kind of feels forgotten and overlooked, and there is some great walking to be had here, but it's quite an odd landscape of spruce plantation and not much else. But I've never really spent much time here. There's this is Dunning Glen down here, the road to Dunning, and somewhere over that way is the Water of May, which is another cleft which goes for a few kilometres actually through the Ochils, this part of the Ochils, and ends up in Dunning. And that's stunning. That's a beautiful place. Lots of beautiful woodland that someone's, I'm not sure who, someone's been planting, making a really good job of it. I was there this autumn. It looked amazing, beautiful place, hidden away, tucked away near Path of Condy. Now you see that's it over there. I think that's the Water of May. It's this cleft that sort of runs all the way through here. Yeah, you can just see, get the sense of maybe there's some broadleaf woodland down in there, or at least something different to what's up here. And it's tucked away out of sight. Beautiful place, worth exploring if you get the chance. But I've never really walked around here. There's some glens up here near this wind farm. Is it called Corb Glen? There's a couple of narrow glens in there that I've had my eye on for quite some time. And I did try actually a few weeks ago, but the Dunning Road was shut for repairs. So I'm quite keen to explore a bit more here. So obviously this is my first time up this hill, and there's lots more to explore. But I suppose one of the reasons I don't really come here is because it is this plantation land. But like I say, when the snow's down, somehow I don't know. It's the magic of snow. Snow working its magic. Snow can make anything look good. You know? Yeah. One of the good things though about forestry like this is the tracks. Lots of tracks everywhere, making easy, quick sense to gain altitude. That's exactly what this one's doing. Wow, these have got a good size on them. I wonder if they'll ever take these as a crop. Seems a shame to, eh? Massive. Now this is a spruce forest. This is more like it. It's quite amazing, isn't it, how little snow you actually need just to completely transform the place. It's not even an inch, it's barely an inch. And yet this is almost picture postcard. I did have a nice exchange actually after posting something on Twitter about spruce plantations, walking off Lendrick Hill through a spruce plantation after the last walk I did. And the sun was going down, it was very cold, frosty, just beautifully atmospheric. And I said, I put a photo of the glow after sunset, and just said about spruce plantations, not generally a fan, but nights like that, they're amazing. And had a few people, had a good chat, a few people replied saying, foresters, saying it's, you know, it's not spruce per se. We have a problem in this country with spruce because this is what we associate it with. You know, more dense stuff than this, smaller stuff than this. And it's true, you know, spruce is a beautiful tree. And if you give it enough space, like a natural forest, and let them get to size, it's beautiful. They are beautiful trees, and they make beautiful forest if they're given the chance. But of course, that's not the point of a crop like this. Anyway, look at this unblemished snow. There's no footprints. No one's been up here today. Now, is this not? Isn't this wonderful? In December, in winter, in Scotland, feels proper seasonal. Feels like winter. Christmas isn't far away. Really is looking the part. That's the thing though, isn't it? You say it's looking the part, but of course it's more typical now for Christmas to be green and mild. That's more usual. That's sort of a typical Scottish Christmas. Oh, that sound. What do you reckon? Happiest sound in the universe? Oh, I'm just getting, it's opening up to the left, just getting a glimpse. Back to home, back to the Lomonds. That's West Lomond. That's looking pretty good today. Wow, what a sight. And going on to Bishop Hill. Sitting above the fog a bit there, it seems. Well, we're not heading down into all that jungle down there. This is our turn off. Oh, and actually some people have been up from, there are footprints all of a sudden, so there must be another way up and down there that I'm not familiar with. Anyway, forest edge. The hill is quite densely forested with existing plantations and new ones. So you would think you sort of, so it kind of looks sometimes that there's not actually a summit up here, but it is clear. I promise you, it's a clear top with a trig point. Well, it is just worth looking back at this. There's fog sitting really low in the distance out into Perthshire, and it just looks so smooth and still. It's like I said before in the other Kinross blog I did recently, is you wouldn't think this was Kinross. I mean, this feels more like Norway, doesn't it? I mean, that's what it's got, that massive sense of space and all snow, spruce, and that thing that the winter sky does, that pinkness. Oh, it's wonderful. Anyway, it's 3:30, so push on. Almost there, I think. It's just up here, up ahead. I think the sunset is at, is it 3:40, maybe? So we're not far off now, actually. Pretty impressive over there too, same thing's happening. And just while we've stopped here, in case it's not calm on the summit, just a sense of how calm and quiet it is when I stop talking. Oh, how can you not love this? Winter. Okay. Oh, we're going to get consumed by fog. That's exactly what's going to happen, isn't it? Fog's going to beat us to the top. Damn, come on. Oh, I can see it. We're so close. And the fog's coming. Come on. It is a real race against time. Look, it's coming in. Come on. Well, another Kinross top. Looking over to the Ochils above Glen-Devon, and the fog has kind of come in. I think I timed that pretty well, actually, all things considered. I think I've had the best of the weather coming up. I don't know if it's going to settle or not, but it's pretty cool. Wow. Well, the fog has come and gone and come and gone and come again, but intermittently had views out to the hills at Glen-Sherrop, White Wisp and Innerdouny and all those hills. And the sunset was threatening to erupt, but I don't think it's going to. But it was a nice glow over there, and the fog coming in and out. Really, really nice view. I mean, I was quite blown away by how big the view is from up here, considering that you have to battle through plantation to get here. Actually, I'm not being fair, battle through, it's not like that at all. It's a very easy, gradual walk up forest tracks with just this rough bit at the end. But it's a surprisingly massive view out this way. I was drinking my coffee, so in the time that I should have spoken to you first and then had my coffee, because now I've done it the other way around and the view's disappeared. But it's massive view out over Kinross and over to Loch Leven and the Cleash Hills. The Lomond's kind of hidden over there. But I just love this sense of winter everywhere with the frosted up trees. Oh, it's just wonderful. And now it's getting dark. It's about 4 o'clock, I think. Ooh, 4 o'clock bang on. This was kind of what I was planning. I left it quite late to come out today, partly because I was out this morning because I wanted to get out into the snow in Fife, but also because I wanted to come up here sort of towards the end of the day, be up here to see the evening light maybe the afterglow out that way. But then I wanted to come back out of the forest, walk back out of the forest with crunching underfoot, really still, that cold, you know, that crisp cold that gets right up your nose. That stuff, that's what I really like. And I've got my head torch with me, so I'm kind of hoping for, as it gets darker on the way down, a torchlit descent out of this forest and back down to the car. What could be better? It feels like, I mean, I know the whole thing with this pandemic is I was saying the other day, you can't get off to the bigger hills to get the snow, but as I said previously, if the snow's here, then I will stay here. I'll go where the snow is. So if there's snow in Fife, if there's snow in Kinross, and it looks like this, then this is fine. I don't think there's anywhere else I'd rather be. I really do hope this isn't just the only snowy day we get this winter. Really hope it isn't, but if by some cruel fate it is, then I can sleep soundly knowing that I've made the absolute best of a snowy day on my home patch. I can see perfectly well just now, despite the fog and the murk, but it will get dark quickly. I think it's good to have, well, certainly I like to find my torch before I need it. Just like that, we're back on the track. Now I realise there's comedy value in being spoken to by just a ball of light and not being able to see me at all, but stick with me. It's a bit of a fine line, isn't it? Being out in the day and being out at night, and getting back later than you hope, and then having a torch with you just to get you back safely. I suppose it's a bit different to actually heading out deliberately of an evening with the express purpose of walking at night time. But it is a pleasurable thing in itself. I don't do nearly enough of it, to be honest, but I find it curious. Just thinking about it now, it's only really occurred to me that when I do go out walking at night, it only ever tends to be at winter, when it snows down. I'm not really sure why that is. I mean, I wouldn't, what I've done today of coming up here late, wanting to see the sunset and then coming down in the dark, I'm not sure I'd have done that if the snow wasn't down. I was really looking forward to having a torch-lit walk out, because the snow does illuminate, sparkle. It's a bit different when you've had deep cold and you have hoarfrost that's sparkling everywhere, all around you. That's something to behold, but I don't know, it is different walking at night when there's snow down. That's really, really pleasurable when it's as still and calm as this. It's not like walking at any other time of year, I don't think, at night time, and I really, really enjoy it. There's something I wonder is if we did get a proper winter where these kind of conditions endured for weeks at a time in winter, and this sort of novel, this sort of thing of having a torchlit walk at night time in the snow, would it get old quickly? I wonder. Would it cease to be a novelty, enjoyable, something you head out deliberately for? I don't know. But then when we had all that snow in 2010, that didn't get old. I mean, I was out every day and most evenings. It never got old. So, chance to be a fine thing, wouldn't it, to actually find out for ourselves what it'd be like to have these conditions endure throughout a winter. Really, we can only dream, can't we? Dream of what could be, and hopefully will be again, but who knows. Anyway, I am almost back at the car, about another half kilometre to go, and then to conclude what has been easily one of my most memorable winter walks, I'd say, which is saying something, eh? And again, all in Kinross. Who'd have thought?